My name is Samantha Movasagi Gonzalez from the Florida Immigration Law Council, and thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. I want to discuss with you all the importance of having an immigration attorney on standby when you have to go and report for your probation after a criminal sentence or plea has been accepted. A lot of times people think that just because they've been in the United States for so many years, or they've had their resident cards for so many years, or the criminal lawyer told them that everything is going to be okay, just sign here, or their probation officer is super nice and nothing's going to happen to them, that they are protected from any type of immigration consequence from a criminal situation. And that is just not the case. I get phone calls on a daily basis of individuals who are detained when they go to check in for their probation with a criminal situation. And what happens in these types of scenarios is that you have a criminal defendant who goes and checks in, and the probation officer has a list of all of their, if you will, clients or defendants that come and check in with them on a monthly basis, or even bi-weekly basis. And they have relationships with the Immigration and Customs Enforcement officers and provide them these lists of individuals who are on probation check-in and who are not United States citizens. And the ICE officers obviously have complete access to the person's criminal file and immigration file, and then confer with the ICE attorney whether or not this person is legally removable or inadmissible from the United States. And after they determine that because of this person's convictions, they, for example, are in violation of immigration laws and they need to have a detainer placed on them, ICE will come to the probation office and pick up the person and process them and detain them and transfer them to a facility where they have to now scramble to see whether or not they're eligible for bond. They have to communicate with their deportation officer and ultimately go in front of an immigration judge to determine whether or not they can stay in the United States or if there's any type of relief that's available to them. So this puts immigration attorneys and practitioners in a very stressful and running against the clock situation, because now we're trying to gather as much information as possible on this person who is now being detained, and we're having very difficult time communicating with them because that's just the nature of the situation. So we're running around seeing if they have kids and if they have birth certificates of their kids and if they've paid taxes and if they're married or divorced or if they have property or if they have any other charges, and we're getting it from this person and this parent and this spouse, and it's very overwhelming, especially when you're trying to run against the clock and when the person who is being detained did not expect to be detained. So they themselves have their own set of affairs that are left open, and they cannot get to it because they are detained and they won't be eligible to go in front of a judge for bond in a few weeks. So what is the best advice is really, if you are not a United States citizen and you have a criminal situation that requires you to go and report to probation, speak to an immigration attorney. Have them review your documents and determine whether or not you should be facing possible ICE detainer or an ICE encounter, and what the consequences are going to be of that. Because you can be prepared for being detained, and that will really accelerate and advance your case in terms of possible reliefs before the immigration judge to get out of detention and continue on with your immigration process. So the best advice is please contact a competent and experienced immigration attorney. Make sure you keep your certified copies of your criminal file, your arrest, your disposition, that you're going into probation. If you have other crimes, get the documents for those crimes. Try to find out about your immigration history, and then go speak to the attorney and see what your options are and how, or the possibilities of how this will unfold for you with immigration. Okay, thanks for tuning in. If you have any questions regarding this topic, give us a call at 954-240-1669.